Because the moment India get those first innings runs up on the board, Australia is going to be under pressure too. Because while we've been talking about India's batting, the story is not too different with Australia's batting. You look at what's been happening in the last few test matches, and it's only Travis Head who's got an average close to 40. Five of their top six are averaging less than 30. Australia are a very vulnerable batting side. And there is the opportunity for India in Brisbane, where the ball will bounce, seam. And one of the good things that came out of that test match in Adelaide was the bowling of Mohammad Siraj. Far too much time, far too much energy has been spent on talking about Siraj and Travis Head. That was mine. I mean, you watch cricket played in Australia for years. Doesn't bother me at all. They shook hands, made up, spur of the moment, all that happens. But Siraj bowled well. And Siraj is so important for India because once Bumrah goes off, there have been times in this series in Perth and at times in Adelaide when it seemed that when Bumrah went off, suddenly batting became easy. That cannot happen, especially because India have got to look after Bumrah. One of the most worrisome things that came out of Adelaide was that Bumrah was flat on the ground. India cannot afford that. He is by some distance India's number one player in this team. And so India have got to look after Bumrah. Looking after Bumrah means two things. When he is not bowling, somebody else has got to keep up the pressure. And when he's sitting in the dressing room after having bowled a long spell, after having bowled 20, 25 overs, he must be in the dressing room long enough. And that means the batters have got to be batting long enough. So my view going into Brisbane is if India can bat well enough, then I think Bumrah, Siraj, I don't know whether they'll bring in Akash Deep, but I think the bowlers have a chance.